Don't start your Airbnb in 2024 until you watch this video. The truth is, the game has drastically changed. We are experiencing the highest interest rates that we have experienced in over 22 years. We are experiencing high inflation. We are experiencing low inventory in the rental and in the purchasing market when it comes to real estate. And the strategies that used to work in 2021 and prior, where you could just launch an Airbnb almost anywhere and still make some money, those days are gone, possibly forever. If you want to make a profit in 2024 and beyond, it is imperative that you watch this video because the name of the game and the rules have changed. Here's the reality. In 2020, 2021, and even in 2022, we had extremely low interest rates, especially in 2021 and 2020. On top of low interest rates, we had the government just giving away money and people didn't know what to do with it. They were spending like crazy. Let me talk about how these interest rates directly impacted the increase in revenue for Airbnbs all over the US and even all over the world. Here's the thing. When you have super low interest rates like we did in 2020, 2021, it costs very little to borrow money, whether you're buying a home, financing a vehicle, even credit card charges, just all consumer debt is much lower in cost. So naturally, people are spending more. Also, when it comes to profit for businesses, typically in a low interest rate environment, businesses tend to make a higher profit. They spend more money, more marketing, more sales, more hiring. There is a lot more stimulation in the economy. People naturally have more money to play with. So during those low interest rate environments, again, people were staying at Airbnbs, traveling a lot more because it was much more affordable to do so. On top of that, as I just mentioned earlier, the government was giving out free money. They were sending checks to people's homes and people were just spending that money like there was no tomorrow. And that created a huge boom in the short-term rental industry, like most other industries. That being said, you could have launched an Airbnb almost anywhere. It could have been a so-so property in a so-so location. Even if you had the wrong pricing strategies, you could have still made $1,000 or $2,000+ a month in net cash flow. Again, the game has changed. In 2022, interest rates started to go up. They continued to go up in 2023. And today in 2024, those interest rates as of today have not changed. As of the first quarter of 2024, they have stayed the same. Interest rates right now to buy real estate are still in the 7s and 8s and even in the 9s, depending on what type of loan program you have. So what happens now that interest rates are extremely high? Well, profits for businesses diminish, cost increase. There's a lot more layoffs, a lot more people who are getting a reduction in hours. In short, there is less stimulation in the economy and less money to go around. On top of that, the government is no longer giving out stimulus. So now people are holding on to the very little of money that they have, which means there is less people traveling. Traveling is something that people enjoy, but it's not like a have to. It's not like they have to get a haircut or they have to, have food on the table or have a roof over their head. Like traveling is an option, right? And so almost all industries have been impacted by these high interest rates, which I'm seeing a bunch of restaurants and a bunch of businesses permanently shut down. Now, can you still make money in an economic environment like today? The answer is yes, you can still make a ton of cash flow with Airbnbs, but the game has changed. The world has changed. Airbnb has changed. Let me give you guys a very specific business model that has continued to be very effective in my portfolio and in the portfolio of thousands of my students that I've been coaching since 2018. By the way, if you are someone who is serious, not just curious, but serious about starting their Airbnb business, I do have my Airbnb Academy that I started back in 2018. And in these last 6-7 years, I've helped over 3,000 students successfully start their Airbnb empires with and without owning property. And almost all of them had zero experience. So if you click on the link in the description, you can book a call with my team and let's see if we are a good fit to work together. So let's go over the business model that is working today for myself and for thousands of my students. The truth is you do not want to compete with hotels. What do I mean? Don't go for tiny studios or apartments where it resembles that of a hotel. Unless you have a high-end luxury apartment with a gym, pool, spa, basketball court, tennis, all the amenities that you typically cannot find in a hotel, that advantage could be your favor and that could work. Now, the strategy that my students have been using that has been working now since 2018 is going for single family homes, ideally a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,100 square feet home. If you can get more bedrooms, more bathrooms, more square footage, the more the merrier. And the important part is we want to be able to host larger groups of people so that we can charge a higher ADR, average daily rate, so that we can make a higher revenue and have a higher profit. But you want to go for these single family homes. Now, those homes must have, again, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, 1,100 square feet or more. They must also have AC and heat. The property must be fully renovated. Again, the days of launching a outdated property and making a profit are gone, my friend. Your property must be renovated and in top-notch condition. Whether you're buying it or subleasing it or managing it, it must be renovated. You also must have parking for 2 vehicles or more, especially since we are hosting larger groups of people. 2 vehicles or more. And number 5 is more of a bonus. If the property comes with all the appliances and furniture, that is going to be a plus. But the first 4 are a requirement. Now, a couple of other tips as far as amenities. We are definitely playing a game today in 2024 of whoever has the most and best amenities wins. So if you can have a property with a pool, a jacuzzi, a game room, or at least 2 out of those 3, that's going to make a huge difference. Finally, last but not least, and this is the most important thing, guys, location, location, location. You can have an amazing property in a bad location or in a not so good location and still do good. But if you have everything I just mentioned and you're in a great location, meaning you're near the downtown, near the convention center, near the theme parks, near the wedding venues, near the beaches, just imagine you're going to have the best of both worlds. A great property in a great location is how you set yourself up to be in the top 1% of Airbnbs in your area. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you are, make sure you guys smash that like button. My team and I work really hard to put these videos for you guys together. So if you guys can hit that like button, we would truly appreciate it. The last tip I want to go over, guys, that would allow you to have this business model work is my pricing model, which I call the 10, 20, 30. What does that mean? You want to be able to break even with 10 days of renting your property. That's right. With only a 33% occupancy, you want to be able to break even so that at a 66% occupancy, which is 20 days worth of bookings, you already doubled your rent or mortgage. And on your best and peak months, you have an opportunity to triple your rent or mortgage. So if your rent is $4,000 a month, rent or mortgage, $4,000 a month, you want to be able to charge $400 a night, which is 10%. So again, if you have a $4,000 rent or mortgage a month, you want to charge $400 per night. Now you might say, Jorge, well, 400 seems a little rich. Well, if you're hosting large groups of people in a great property, in a great location, just imagine if 8, 10, 12, 14 people were staying at a hotel, they would be paying maybe $1,500 to $2,500 per night with all the different rooms that they have to get. Plus, they're going to be separated. Now, all of a sudden, having 8, 10, 12, 14 people in a 3, 4, 5-bedroom house makes a lot of sense, and it would be much more affordable. That's why the value that you provide has to be justified by that nightly rate. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Instagram where I post content every single day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.